Hello, shamanettes. It's Suzanne, the beauty shaman. So today we are going to talk about dark circles. Many of you have this question. What do I do? I wake up, I've got these huge dark circles and I try to put makeup on it and it looks terrible. And what do I do? So we are going to hit on the internal remedies for dark circles, a little bit of external remedies as well. But we are not going to talk about makeup today. I'm going to do a whole separate video on what to do with dark circles with your makeup. That's a whole nother subject and actually a much longer video, believe it or not. But today we're going to talk about some really practical things you can do with your health in order to improve dark circles. So before we get started, please hit the subscribe button down below and the bell so that you're alerted every time I upload a video. And don't forget to visit my website at thebeautyshamanstore.com and sign up for my newsletter for insider information and discounts. All right, let's get going. All right, so dark circles internally really show, not always, but I'm going to touch on many things that could be causing them for you, and you can kind of just look into it. Now, I'm not a naturopath, I'm not a medical doctor, so I'm purely speaking from being an esthetician, being a makeup artist, and working with people who have dark circles, and also taking care of my own. So, and my own research. I'm definitely a researcher. So one of the great causes of dark circles are problems with our kidneys and our liver. So not releasing the toxins that build up in our body. Now, in our world today, we have about 60% more toxins in our diet, in our water, in our air than we did even 40 years ago. It is a huge difference, 60% more. Our bodies are simply not equipped to deal with the onslaught of toxic ingredients in food like preservatives or toxins in our water or in our air. Our bodies, they can't handle it. And so our kidneys and our liver and even our gallbladder just get so bound up. And the solution for that really is to eat organic, nutrient-dense foods that help to flush that out and to cut certain things out of our diet to really strengthen that. You can also take supplements to strengthen your kidneys and liver. So just by means of like something to sort of base this on, there was one talent I worked with for a long time who had very dark circles. He was actually fairly fair-skinned, blonde hair, and he had owl-like gray, right? You know what I'm talking about, that gray all around your eyes. It took a lot of effort for me to keep that consistently covered, right? Because what would happen is he would look great, get him in front of a camera. After lunch, he would take a nosedive. Everything would just all of a sudden become much deeper. I would watch it. I'd be sitting there watching him in front of the camera and I'd go, oh my God, what just happened? And I realized it was his liver and his kidneys that were not able to assimilate the food that he was eating. So I had a conversation with him about working on some sort of a diet or a liver cleanse or kidney cleanse. Sometimes those can be a little harsh. So please, get help before you do that. In order to improve his dark circles, he did end up changing his diet quite a bit, and it really helped. So these strategies really do work. I think identifying what the problem is obviously like a huge part of the issue, but that could be one of them. Okay, of course, lack of sleep can play into this. I do think the really dark gray and the really dark circles are way more than that, unless you have a prolonged period of lack of sleep. Then I think that really can play into it. Most of the time, the really dark circles really aren't that much affected by sleep. It really is more of an internal issue like I talked about before. All right, hereditary can be a part of it. Sometimes different ethnic groups are more predisposed to having dark circles around their eyes or the dark brown, the discoloration of the skin. So if that's you, then really it is learning some makeup techniques in order to minimize that. All right, allergies can be a huge part of it. So the antihistamine causes swelling, histamine reactions, excessive rubbing of your eyes can cause this, sinus problems. All those things can really cause a buildup around the eyes and cause a darker circle. You could also use a neti pot in order to clean out your sinuses. I know allergies are a tough thing. I have seasonal allergies, and when that happens, it's like, ugh. It's a hard thing. All right, poor circulation can also cause this. Lots of ways to help your circulation. Doing more physical exercise, being outside more can really help that. Eating nutrient-dense foods can really help that. Drinking lots of fresh spring water can help your body to eliminate more. All those things can really help with circulation. Drinking alcohol can be a cause. Now, I happen to like a glass of wine with dinner. I grew up, I spent many years in Europe, and so I just love that. It just feels so lovely to have a glass of wine with my dinner. Having said that, I did notice when I cut alcohol out of my diet, I periodically do that. I do sometimes notice a difference. So alcohol can play a part in this. What it does is it increases the workload of the liver and decreases blood oxygenation and causes the blood vessels to open further. And that gives your eyes the swollen, puffy appearance and also that blue tint to your eyes. So I think really watching your alcohol intake can make a really big difference, as well as, like I said, taking nutritional supplements that strengthen your liver or doing a liver cleanse. All right, iron deficiency is a huge part of it. Anemia is a cause of dark circles about 50% of the time, believe it or not. So if you're anemic, even if you're not sure if you're anemic, you can eat more iron-rich foods that would really help with this. Vegetarians tend to be more at risk for this sorts of thing. Eating more leafy greens, red meat, staying away from white flour, sugar. Oh, sorry, I know, eat a cookie, don't. Starchy foods, trans fats, processed vegetable oils, staying away from all of those things. Taking your 369 omega essential oils really helps. Again, that's more of sort of strengthening your skin, strengthening your body. But eating those iron-rich, nutrient-dense foods can really have a big impact. All right, medications can be a huge cause of under-eye circles. I know some of that is unavoidable. However, if there are medications that you can get off of and go on a more to supplements or more to organic things, that can really help your body. Sometimes our body just gets so overloaded by the non-organic ingredients that we're taking. So sometimes that can play into it. Sorry to say. Now that we all are, most of us anyway, are postmenopausal, hormone replacement therapy can sometimes overstimulate the melanin production in your skin. So I know many of you know about this. Obviously I don't know what you can do about that, but it can be a cause for sure. Fluid retention from hormonal changes, menopausal hormonal changes, that's a big part of it too. So sorry, I know menopause can be such a pain in the neck, man. It just hits all of us. Most of us. I know some people who have breezed through it and I hate them. All right, thyroid conditions. The thyroid is a master gland. So if your thyroid is not peak performing, that can really cause a buildup of fluids and dark circles around the eye. So, that can be really rough. Some of the solutions. So let's talk about solutions. Now that we're all depressed, now that I've depressed everyone with what causes this, what can you do? What are some practical things you can do? Definitely getting more sleep. All right. That's kind of an easy one. Slow down on the alcohol, avoid smoking, facial massage. Whenever I say that, it sounds like I'm slurring my words, but facial massage can really work to help to move the fluids around the eyes. I really love using this. It's a roller and I freeze it in the freezer, pull it out and use that around my eyes. That can help to get rid of some of the fluids if you have puffiness along with darkness. All right, using a vitamin C serum that is a really good vitamin C serum that is made with ascorbyl palmitate. It's an ester form of vitamin C that can really get down beneath the skin and help to hydrate and strengthen the skin. Milk thistle, taking milk thistle vitamin can help the liver. I love milk thistle. I take that. Your kidneys are strengthened with things like B1, 2, 6, and 12. So take a B complex vitamin can really help. Folic acid, niacin, biotin, of course, vitamin C. That's super important. You should be taking vitamin C no matter what. Magnesium is great for the gallbladder. Kidney tea can help to flush out your kidneys. And just go to a naturopathic store that has herbal remedies, or herbal remedies as it should be pronounced. I sometimes go and I buy a kidney tea, believe it or not, and drink that. And just every day have a couple cups of it. It can really help to strengthen your kidneys. I would really start with these kind of non-invasive treatments before going to anything more invasive like surgery or peels or fillers or that sort of thing. There's so much you can do just by trying a few of these and seeing what works. I think if you do, you'll notice a difference. And then if you want to go to do fillers or surgery, then that's up to you. But I do think doing the internal really makes a big difference. I'm sorry about the wine thing. I'm going to go have a glass of wine after this. But I hope you found this helpful. Please write down below if you have any questions or thoughts, or maybe something that's worked for you that would be helpful for the community. I would love to hear it. Thank you so much for watching The Beauty Shaman, and have an awesome day.